You break your arm today, you go to a hospital. X-ray, cast, painkillers, done in an hour. But what if you shattered your leg 40,000 years ago in a cave with no doctor for 1,000 miles? You'd think that was a death sentence. And for a lot of people, it was. But some of them survived, and the evidence they left behind is stranger than you'd expect. Because ancient humans weren't just gritting their teeth and hoping for the best. They were setting bones, packing wounds, and possibly praying to the first healer ever painted on a wall. Here's how ancient humans actually fixed broken bones, and why one skeleton might be the earliest proof of kindness on Earth. Let's start further back than you'd think. Not ancient humans, Neanderthals. Scientists have found Neanderthal bones with healed fractures dating back 130,000 years. That's before modern humans even existed as a species, which means whatever medicine was, it started before us. Somebody or something was already keeping broken bodies alive long before hospitals, before writing, before fire was even guaranteed. Now fast forward to Egypt, where archaeologists found something chilling. A teenager's broken thigh bone, wrapped in wooden splints and linen bandages. It looked like proper medical care, boards on each side, wrapped tight, exactly how you'd splint a break today. But when scientists studied the bone closely, there was no healing at all. None. Which means this person died shortly after the injury. It's not a success story. It's a snapshot of someone trying to save a life and losing. In that same site, they found something even stranger. A forearm fracture, splinted the same way, but with a pad shoved into the wound itself. It was made from plant fiber, likely from a date palm, stained dark with old blood. It wasn't decoration, it was gauze. Someone, thousands of years ago, already understood that you pack a wound to stop the bleeding. Here's the part most people don't think about. A broken leg wasn't just painful, it was a full stop. You couldn't hunt. You couldn't gather food. You couldn't run from a predator. In the wild, that basically means you're dead within days. So if a skeleton shows a healed femur, that's not just proof of medicine. It's proof that someone else fed that person, protected that person, and kept them alive for months while they couldn't do anything for themselves. There's a famous story about the anthropologist Margaret Mead. A student once asked her what she thought was the first sign of civilization in any culture. The student expected her to say something like pottery, or tools, or religious art. Instead, Mead pointed to something else entirely, a healed femur. Because in nature, you don't survive a broken leg alone. Someone has to choose to help you. Now, not every ancient bone-setting job was perfect. Far from it. Plenty of skeletons show fractures that healed, but crooked, misaligned, never properly reset. That means these people walked around for the rest of their lives limping, or bent, or shorter on one side. It wasn't modern medicine. It was survival medicine. Good enough to live, not good enough to look normal again. One case still stuns researchers today. A woman from ancient Nubia, roughly 3,000 years ago, had a healed hip fracture. Not just any fracture, the kind that today, even with surgery, still has a high death rate in older patients. It's the oldest known case of this specific injury healing in the entire archaeological record. No surgery, no anesthesia, no hospital bed, and somehow she lived long enough for the bone to fuse back together. So who was doing all this care? We might actually have a picture of them. In a cave in France called Trois Frères, There's a painting tens of thousands of years old. It shows a figure standing upright, wearing what looks like a deer head or a mask, almost mid-dance. Some researchers believe this could be the earliest depiction of a healer, a shaman. If they're right, that painting might be the oldest portrait of a doctor in human history. There's another cave image just as strange. It shows a reindeer stepping over a pregnant woman lying on the ground. Nobody knows exactly what it means. Some think it's a ritual to pass strength into her. Others think it might have been an actual method used to try to speed up labor. Now here's the twist that keeps scientists cautious about all of this. In one collection of ancient fractures, over half healed with genuinely good results. Sounds impressive, until you learn that wild animals with zero medical care also show well-healed fractures. Bones can heal themselves. Bodies are resilient even without help. So some of what looks like ancient medicine might just be biology doing what biology does, which means the real medicine wasn't always the splint or the herbs or the ritual. Sometimes the real medicine was just someone deciding not to leave you behind. So next time you get a cast in under an hour at a hospital, remember what it used to cost to survive the exact same injury. If this blew your mind, subscribe. Deep Epoch digs up one strange piece of ancient survival every single week.